And good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net for Wednesday, October. Let me see, where's my calendar? I guess it's the 20th today, October 20th. Before we get started, do we have any emergency or priority traffic for the net? Have you heard? This is VE1JBL. My name is Jim, and I'll be your net controller for tonight's net. This net meets every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Atlantic Time in the CQ Maritimes room, 60207. The net is open to all amateurs in the Maritime provinces and is scheduled for 1 hour. The net is also streaming live on YouTube at Rob VE1RMJ. That's Victor Echo 1 Romeo Mike Juliet, so that everyone can follow the net and participate in the chat room. Amateurs will be called in by province. When you check in, please give us your call sign using proper phonetics. After all the Maritime stations are called in, stations from outside the area will have a chance to check in. A reminder, due to a delay in the system, key up a second or two before transmitting and keep the PTT button on for a second or two after your transmission has finished. Break. Okay, before we get started, do we have any announcements for the net? Anybody with announcements? Over. Okay, nothing heard for announcements. Let's call in short time stations. Anybody that's got to get away early, short time stations, come on in.
Victor Echo 9, Delta Whiskey Juliet.
Victor Echo 9, Charlie Uniform Bravo.
Okay, I got two stations so far for a short time, and that's David, VE9DWJ, and Victor Echo 9, Charlie Uniform Bravo. Any other short time stations? I got to get away early. Any other stations? Come on in.
Victor Yankee 2, Golf Foxtrot.
Victor Echo 9, Golf Uniform Sierra.
Victor Echo 3, Echo Uniform Victor.
Okay, I got a couple more there. I have Victor Echo VY2GF, VE9GUS, and VE3EUB. Sounds mobile there. So let's go to the, let's take the mobile station here. I think that Victor Echo 3 station's mobile. VE3EUB, Victor Echo 1, Juliet Bravo Lima. Good evening. Name here is Jim. Located in Tignish, Nova Scotia. Come on in. Victor Echo 3 station, go ahead. Okay, nothing heard from the VE3 station. Let's go to David, VE9DWJ over in Sackville, VE1JBL. Come on in.
VE1JBL, VE9DWJ. Evening to you, Jim, and everyone on the Fusion Net this evening. Just thought I'd jump in, make sure all my Fusion gear is working properly, and I guess you can read me okay. Just watching it here on the screen, so amazing system. Anyway, thanks for calling me in. Everybody stay safe, wash your hands. VE1JBL, VE9DWJ.
Yeah, okay, very good, David. Good to hear you on there. It's been a while since we've spoken, so good to have you on board. Everything is sounding good, that's for sure. So have yourself a great evening. Thanks very much for taking part. Let's go to Moncton, VE9 CUV, VE1 JBL. Come on in, Don.
Victor Echo 1 JBL, this is Victor Echo 9 Charlie Uniform Bravo here on handheld. Thanks, Jim, for doing the net and calling me in, and I hope everybody is having a good week, and more importantly, has a safe week. So, as I mentioned, Jim, no real traffic, just a hi, say have a good week, and the bean for your bucket. So with that, I'll give it back to you, Jim. Victor Echo 1 JBL, this is Victor Echo 9 Charlie Uniform Bravo, 73 to all. And thanks again for doing the net.
VE9 CUV, VE1 JBL. Okay, very good, Don. No problem at all there. Thanks very much for taking part there tonight there. You appreciate it. And great signal. No problem at all. 7-3. Let's go over to the island. BY2GF, VE1 JBL. Come on in, George.
Well, good evening, Jim, and everybody in the net. I'm coming through Charlottetown. Well, bit of a disaster today. I tried to start the lawnmower to cut the grass for the final time, and I couldn't get it going. So anyway, we'll try again tomorrow. So I hope everybody has a good week, and we'll look forward to the net next Wednesday evening. Victor Yankee 2, Golf Foxtrot.
VY2GF, VE1 JBL. Okay, very good, George. Yeah, I pretty well had the same problem here, but I know what the problem is. The battery died on me, and she won't even charge up anymore. All I can get is 8 volts out of it, even with the charger on it. So I've been babying it for the last couple of summers now, the battery, and but I guess I'm gonna have to break down and get myself there one. But yeah, I ran into that problem yesterday too. So next time we go to town, we'll be looking for a battery. Thanks, George, for coming in. Have yourself a great week there. Let's go up to Moncton, DE9 GOS, VE1 JBL. Go ahead, Gus.
VE1 JBL, VE9 GOS here in Moncton. Good evening, Jim. And good evening to everyone on frequency. No traffic, sir. I have to jump out of here right now. Anyway, thanks for calling me in. Have yourself a good night, good net, and take care. V9 GOS clear.
Yeah, okay, very good, Gus. No problem at all there. Good to have you on board there, and have yourself a great evening there. 7-3 for now. Let's try the Ontario station again. VE3. I think it was Echo Uniform Victor. If it was a mistake, come on in anyways. VE3 station. Come on in.
Yes, Victor Echo 3, Echo Uniform Victor. That's correct. I am from Ontario, but I'm recently moved down to New Brunswick just this week. I'm originally from PEI. The name is Mark, and I thought I'd try to get on the Wires X a little bit since the area I was in didn't have any Yaesu repeaters. So I'm impressed in how far I can talk. Hopefully I'm coming in clear, and thank you for having me on your net tonight.
VE3 EUV from Victor Echo 1 Julia Bravo Lima. Okay, very good, Mark. Very good to have you on board there tonight. I guess brought you up in the database there. So, and I saw you coming through the Fredericton repeater. So what's your QTH right now? Is this where you're living at now, over?
Yeah, that's correct. I'm in the village of Oromocto. I'm a military member, so just been posted from Ontario back to Oromocto. And so I'm probably a good 40 kilometers from, about 35 kilometers from the repeater on a handheld FT70. So I'm doing pretty good.
Yes, you are. You're doing absolutely perfect. No problem coming in. You're not breaking up or anything. So you're in a good location, that's for sure. So very good, Mark. Good to have you on board there tonight. And by all means, come on in more often on the net here. It's on every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. here, our time here. So good to have you move down to the Maritimes. Welcome to the Maritimes, and hope you enjoy yourself down here for sure. Anything else for the net there, Mark? Over.
No, that's great. I'm glad to be here. I am a new ham. I only got my license in September, so learning, and I'm very happy to be back home. Only a short trip back to the island for me to go visit family. So anyway, thank you very much. VE3 EUV.
Yeah, okay, very good, Mark. Well, good to have you on board there tonight there, and hopefully we'll hear you more often on the net there. So, and there's another net Friday nights on the same frequencies here, Mark. Friday night is the Fredericton net. The Fredericton Club has their own net here on Friday nights, but it is in the CQ Maritimes room. So if you get a chance on Friday nights at 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock on Friday nights, you'll hear the Fredericton crew doing the Fredericton Friday night net there. So anyways, take care. Thanks very much for coming in, and have yourself a great evening there. Okay, so let's try short time stations one more time, and any mobile stations that may want to check in the net here while they can hear us. So any other short time station or mobile stations, come on in.
Victor Echo 9, Papa Kilo Victor.
Victor Echo 9, Papa Alpha Lima.
Victor Echo 9, Whiskey Charlie Lima.
Okay, I got three stations that time. I got VE9PKV, VE9PAL, and VE9WCL. Any other short time or mobile stations?
Victor Echo 1, India, Quebec.
Paula Delta.
Mike Oscar Mobile, VE9MO Mobile.
Okay, I got three more there. I got VE1IQ, VE1EPD, and VE9MO Mobile. Malcolm, I'll take you first. Victor Echo 9, Mike Oscar, Victor Echo 1, Juliet Bravo Lima. Come on in.
VE1 JBL, VE9 Mike Oscar Mobile. Yeah, and just out again picking up my son from football, and have a cool evening there, but it's okay. Heard Mark on there. Just let Mark know we're trying out a new repeater in the Fredericton area. If he wants to give it a try, it's on 147360. So we get some good reports from down around Ormocto area. So give it a try, see how it works. Anyway, thanks for doing the net there, Jim, and you have a good evening. 7-3, VE9 Mike Oscar Mobile.
VE9MO, VE1JBL. Okay, very good, Malcolm. Good on everything there, and good on the repeater. And Mark, did you copy that information from Malcolm there? Over.
VE3 UV. Can I get that frequency again, please?
Yeah, go ahead, Malcolm, with the frequency again there for Mark.
It's 147360. So I believe the call sign is VE9 DGP. So we have a couple of repeaters. You can check out the club's website, VE9ND November Delta, and it has a few of the. Might not have that one on it, but it has some of our other repeaters. So anyway, Jim, thanks for that. I'll turn it back to you. VE1 JBL, VE9 Mike Oscar Mobile.
Yeah, okay, very good, Malcolm. And Mark, you got that? 147360. QSL? Okay, we'll go to the top of the list here. Praveen, come on in from over in Sackville, VE9 PKV, VE1 JBL.
VE1 JBL, this is Victor Echo 9, Papa Kilo Victor, Praveen in Sackville. No specific traffic, just a mark for the book, and I'll be here just for a short time only. Thank you very much for checking me in. 73 to all on the frequency.
Okay, very good, Praveen. Good to have you on board there tonight. Sounding great. 7-3. Have yourself a great evening there. Let's go back up to Moncton. VE9 PAL, VE1 JBL. Come on in, Paul.
Yeah, VE1 JBL, this is VE9 PAL. How you doing there, Jim, and everybody else on the net? Yeah, geez, 9 degrees here in Irishtown, starting to cool off. Time to put a little bit of heat in that mini split. Anyway, you guys all have a great week. Take care. VE9 PAL.
Yeah, okay, very good, Paul. Good on everything there, and yeah, she's cooling off here too. We've had the wood stove on each evening here for the last few days, I guess, since before the weekend. There, we've had the wood stove on evening. Nothing spectacular, just more brush and small stuff that I've had cut up around the yard here. And instead of using the good wood that I have for the winter, I've just been burning some of this stuff up in the fireplace and in the wood stove in the evening. Just enough to warm up the cabin a little bit, but that's all we've been doing. But it's nice to have a little fire on. We appreciate it out here. Very good, Paul. Have yourself a great evening there. 7-3 for now. Let's go into Shediac. Wayne, VE9 WCL, VE1 JBL. Come on in.
Well, thank you for calling me in. I'm watching a TV show there on Netflix. Other than that, I got no other traffic. Just want to put a check mark in your book. And other than that, I want to say 7-3 to everybody that can hear me. And I got nothing else to say, so I'll be clear. Victor Echo 9, Whiskey Charlie Lima in Shediac, New Brunswick.
Okay, very good, Wayne. Good to have you on board there tonight. I see you're using the branch repeater down in Southampton there, VE1BFB. And, yeah, you're coming through there very good. Absolutely no problem at all the way from Shediac there. So, good stuff. And the repeater's working well. Thanks, Wayne, for coming in. And have yourself a great evening there. Now, let's go down to Greenwood, VE1IQ, VE1 JBL. Go ahead, Brian.
VE1 JBL, VE1 IQ. Well, Jim, I guess it's going to be probably another week or so before I get our wood fire going here, but it has that, feeling in the air sometimes. Anyway, I am coming through BFB and just sitting back listening to the net. You're doing good tonight. It sounds good. VE1 India, Quebec.
Yeah, okay, very good, Brian. And, yeah, you're sounding good there yourself coming through BFB. So, good stuff. Have yourself a great evening. Thanks very much for taking part there, as always. And 7-3 for now. Let's go see Edwin, VE1 EDP, or EPD, VE1 JBL. Come on in.
VE1 JBL, VE1 EPD. Mobile. Just turned in the driveway and put the volume up, and your net was on. I had forgotten the net, so I just thought I'd give you a quick check-in. Not much going on in the Bunny-Coast. Kind of quiet. The sun was out all day, except this morning. A little bit of rain early this morning, but the rest of the day was nice. So just thought I'd give you a check-in. Nice of you, Jim, to do the net. VE1 JBL, VE1 EPD.
Okay, very good, Edwin. Well, good to have you on board, and I'm glad you got in there before you get out of the car there. So have yourself a great evening. Sounding great coming through the Yarmouth repeater there. 7-3. Have yourself a great week there. Okay, that's at the bottom of the list there. So now let's start with Nova Scotia. Any other stations? Let's start with Nova Scotia. Any stations from Nova Scotia. I'd like to check into the Maritime Fusion net. The call sign here is VE1JBL. My name is Jim, located in Tignish. Any stations from Nova Scotia? Come on in.
Victor Echo 1, Delta Echo Sierra.
Victor Echo 1, Mike Uniform India.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet Whiskey V1JW.
Victor Echo 1, Zulu X-ray, VE1ZX.
Victor Echo 1, Kilo Echo Victor. V1KEV.
VE3WVJ. VE3WVJ. VE1 Juliet Charlie Charlie.
Okay, I'll tell you who I have here already. I have VE1DES, VE1MUI, VE1 Whiskey X-ray, VE1JW, VE1 Zulu X-ray, VE1KEV, VE3WVJ, and VE1JCC. Any other stations from Nova Scotia? Other stations from Nova Scotia? I'd like to check in. Come on in.
VE1LV, VE1 Lima Victor.
Okay, Hal, I have you at the end there, VE1LV. Let's go to the top of the list there. VE1DES, VE1JBL. Come on in.
V1JBL, V1DES. Again, hi to all the folks on board. Good here, mad one here. I heard Edwin say hello to both of those guys. And at that, not a great deal's going on here. Could soon start getting things wrapped up for the evening. V1DES, still on down in Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. Back in net control.
VE1DES, VE1JBL. Okay, very good, Don. No problem at all there. Good to have you on board there on the Yarmouth repeater, and have yourself a great week. And thanks very much for taking part. VE1MUI. I think that's a new one for me on this net, anyways. VE1MUI, VE1JBL. The name here is Jim, located in Tignish, outside of Amherst. Come on in.
V1JBL, V1MUI. Good evening there, Jim, and everybody that's on tonight, Donnie and Edwin, and everybody that's listening in tonight. I've checked into this net a couple times, but I'm not off and around on Wednesday night, seems to be. I'm a truck driver, so I'm kind of all over the place. Although fusion repeaters are popping up more and more everywhere, so should be able to keep continuing to make it in. So name here is Matt, Mike Alpha Tango Tango, and down in Pumlico. Just getting ready to head on the road tomorrow. I washed the inside of the trailer today, checked all the fluids, had the truck running, and everything's good to go. So hit the road tomorrow. Anyway, also wondering how are you able to see which repeater we're coming through? You must be looking at on your computer or something. Goes out.
Yes, I am, Matt. I have the Yaesu software up on the screen here, so I'm actually following along as the net goes in here, so I can actually see everybody that's coming in and what repeater they're using there. So, and if you had yourself a PDN on your radio there, so certain radios you could actually hook yours up as your own certain repeater there, and to have the software running at your own QTH there, and follow along there too. Over.
Okay, Roger. That's what I figured was probably. I just fairly new to the fusion thing, so I'm still learning as I go. Anyway, so not new to him, just new to this. 7-3. Have a good evening. V1JBL, V1MUI.
Yeah, okay, very good, Matt. Well, you're absolutely working perfectly, absolutely great into the repeater there in Yarmouth, and you're sounding great. Absolutely no problem at all there. So things are working well. What radio are you using, Matt? Over.
I'm using a FTM 300, and it's mobile here in my 18-wheeler. The only Fusion radio I have. I guess I can move it to the house, but I'm running off a Diamond NMO 7700 here on the truck.
Okay, very good, Matt. No, it sounds great. That's what I'm using out here in the garage here also is the 300. So it's a nice radio, that's for sure. Thanks very much for coming in, and hopefully we'll hear you more often on the net here every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. So hopefully we'll hear you again, 7-3 for now. Let's go down to the valley, VE1WX, VE1JBL, and Derek, good to have you back on board. Come on in.
VE1 JBL and the Maritime Fusion, that VE1WX. A very good evening there, Jim, and say hi to the guys, Donnie down Yarmouth and all others as well. And not a bad evening, kind of chilly, 7 degrees, and we are coming to you through the VE1AEH repeater. Yes, good to be back on the air. We've been released from the birdhouse on good behavior, so you should be hearing me more often here on the local Fusion Wires X repeaters. And I'd like to welcome Mark up in Ormonto. Welcome home there, Mark. Good to hear you on the air, and I'm sure you'll enjoy Wires X and the Fusion stuff here in the Maritimes. Anyway, Jim, take care, and we'll hope to catch the net next week there. 7-3 all. VE1 JBL, VE1 WX.
Yeah, okay, very good, Derek. Yeah, good to hear from you there, and thanks very much for taking part in the net there tonight. There, 7-3, and we'll be chatting with you again there, 7-3 for now. Okay, let's go. We'll just go a little bit down, south or west, I guess, and we'll talk to Eric down Greenwood, VE1JW, VE1JBL. Come on in.
Yeah, good evening, Jeff and everybody. Got a good start so far. I see you had some company a little bit ago, so I gather Bill's parcel has been dropped off. So I was talking to Steve earlier, and I said heard you guys were heading over, so that's good. Bill will be happy to pick up his parcel when next time he's up. So that's one way of doing it. Get it shipped by Pony Express. Other than that, not too much. We've been was out to dinner luncheon, our first large event since COVID, I guess. There was only about 50 people there, well scattered out, and everybody was double vaccinated, so I think it went well, and we just sat with one other couple that we knew for many, many years, so it was nice to have a chat with them. Hadn't seen them probably since the last dinner we attended several years pre-COVID, so it was nice to have a little chat while having lunch and listen to a few little talks for the meeting, but anyway, passed away a good part of the day, and then we've been playing on FT8 a little bit since mid-afternoon, and I only got a dozen or so contacts, but playing a little bit anyway to see how the bands are. Other than that, I can't think of too much else exciting, but we'll be listening with interest. VE1 JBL, VE1 JW.
Yeah, okay, very good, Eric, and good on everything there. And yeah, it's nice to get out and actually see people I haven't seen there for quite a while there, and hopefully with more of that will be happening down the road here for sure. And you probably got my emails. Everybody's been getting my emails that we're trying to slowly put Smart together for next spring there. So we're just putting feelers over right now, see who's interested, who's not interested, and who wants to put a presentation on. So we're getting some feedback there, Eric. So we're slowly making our way towards next April for Smart. We do have the building. The building's already been booked for us. So we do have the building for next April 30th, but that's about it for now anyways. But one thing at a time, that's for sure. Thanks, Eric. Have yourself a great evening there, and we'll be talking to you at 7-3 for now. Yes, Steve was in here and had a quick tour of the lot here and dropped off the parcels, and away he went there. So I did see him for a few minutes there. Anyways, thanks, Eric. 7-3 for now. Let's go into Parsbro, VE1 Zulu X-Ray, VE1 JBL. Good evening, Brad.
V1JBL with the Fusion Net, V1 Zulu X-Ray. Very good evening, Jim, and good evening to everybody else there. Johnny down there, and Matt, and quite a few there. Good to hear them all on there again. Pretty nice day down here too, Jim. I got a little fire going here in the rec room here too. Feels good. I haven't had to go on the last day or so. Got a ball game on right now. Hi. Maybe catch a hockey game later on there, Jim. Thanks for checking me into your net there, Jim. V1 JBL, V1 Zulu X-Ray, Brad and 2 Island Protocol.
Yeah, okay, very good, Brad, and yeah, thanks very much for taking part there. Did you get to see Mr. Johnson when he was down there today, or was that just him and Lauren together there today, over?
No, we just Lauren and Mike there. I had hockey this morning, or I thought I did. Couldn't get any goalies, so we went all the way up and didn't play any hockey. So we were all the way back and stopped at a Tim's and talked to the boys for a little bit there, Jim. Nope, we didn't get to see them there. We was tied up there. Nice, Jim. V1 JBL, V1 Zulu X-Ray.
Yeah, okay, very good, Brad. Okay, have yourself a great evening there, and yeah, enjoy the ball game, and yeah, I'm sure there's a hockey game on later on there for sure. So 7-3. Okay, let's go into Amherst. VE1 KEV, VE1 JBL. Come on in, Kevin.
Yeah, very good evening, Jim. V1 JBL, VE1 KEV. Good evening there, and good evening to everyone on the net there tonight. Brad going out the door. Hello to the rest of the gang there as well. Yeah, we're sitting at 8 degrees here in Amherst there this evening, a little on the chillier side, I suppose. But for the end of October, it's still not too bad. I'm still running around in shorts here, so maybe starting next month we'll get into some pants. Oh, and we'll say hi to Joe there coming up behind me as well. I guess I heard Joe coming in there, so. Anyway, I guess that's about it from here. I guess we're just fooling around in the shack here tonight, and we'll be listening along with interest for sure. V1 JBL, V1 KEV.
Yeah, okay, very good, Kevin. Good on everything there, and have yourself a great week. Thanks very much for coming in. Hopefully the new wheels are doing well and you're having fun in it. That's for sure. 7-3. Let's go see Joe. VE1 JCC. You're using the one call, so you must be over at the camp there, the campground. VE1 JCC, VE1 JBL. Come on in.
Yeah, very good, Jim. Yeah, it's V1 JCC. I know it's showing VY2 Juliet Charlie there, but just too lazy to change it. Aye. Anyway, no traffic here, just sitting here talking to Tracy and watching the tube, and I got a nice little fire going outside there in the fire pit, getting rid of some old logs and stuff that's kicking around here that's just going to rot anyway, so we're burning them all, and we got a dandy fire pit here, Jim. I think I could put a cord of wood in it. Anyway, thanks for doing the net there, old boy. Say hi to Wendy for us, and pat the puppy doggy on the top of the head, and we'll catch you later there. Take care, everybody. Hi to Kevin, and God bless. V1 JC and another C.
Okay, very good, Joe. Yeah, good and everything there, and yeah, well, we went for that trip down there and saw your new property down there, and it was a great day. Boy, we traveled all over the county here, and it was lovely to see all the trees and the leaves and everything. They're pretty well gone now. The last couple of days here, boy, they've really dropped off the trees here big time. But we did get to see your property, and then down to the lake there and all the way around there, so we had a great time there. 7-3, have yourself a great evening there. Let's go see Hal down in Valley. VE1LV, VE1 JBL, come on in.
Very good evening, Jim, and all those on net. We spent last week in Gatineau, Quebec, and Route 20. The leaves were spectacular. And he has, Brad, you'll be interested in this, he has the hockey game just about every night. Although you have to be bilingual to get the audio on some of the evenings. And I'm trying to find out whether I'm eligible for the booster. I had my last Pfizer shot the 31st of March, so I'm wondering whether I'm eligible for the booster at this point in time. All the best, Jim. Thanks for calling us in. This is the E1LV.
Okay, very good. How good everything there. The trip up to Quebec, yes, I imagine the leaves were spectacular up there, that's for sure. So good stuff. Glad you had a good trip there. And yeah, we'll give them a call. Give them a call. There's got to be an 800 number or an 888 number or something like that. Give them a call, Hal, and ask them. I'm sure they'll let you know there. So thanks for coming in. Have yourself a great evening there. Now, last but not least, I have a VE3 station on here, VE3WVJ. Now, I just looked at the database, and it looks like it's Bill or William. And Garson, I'm not even sure where Garson, Ontario is, but Bill, if you're there, come on in. VE3WVJ, VE1JBL, Jim here in Tignish, outside of Amherst, Nova Scotia. VE3WVJ, VE1JBL, you still there? Okay, nothing heard. Let's go to Prince Edward Island. Any stations from Prince Edward Island? PEI stations that will checked in Maritime Fusion at. Come on in.
Victor Yankee 2, Sierra Echo Charlie.
Okay, I have Sterling, VY2SEC. Any other stations from Prince Edward Island like to check in the Maritime Fusion at? Come on in. Nothing heard, Sterling. You're all by yourself. Very good evening. VY2SEC, VE1JBL. Come on in.
VE1JBL, VY2SEC. Good evening, Jim. Thanks for doing the net. Good evening, everyone on net. I heard you talking about your grass there, but I got my grass done yesterday, and I'm hoping it's my last ride on the deer for this year, because it shakes up these old bones pretty good. But did a few chores today, cleaned up under the apple trees, and other than that, having a good week. Hopefully everyone else is having a good week. So we'll say 7-3, and from Victor Yankee 2, Sierra Echo Charlie.
Okay, very good, Sterling. Good at everything and good on the lawnmower in there. So, yeah, you can put a blanket around it and put it to bed now for the winter. 7-3, have yourself a great evening there. Okay, let's go up to New Brunswick. First round for New Brunswick. Any stations from New Brunswick, like check in the Maritime Fusion at. Call sign here is VE1JBL. Name is Jim. Come on in, stations from New Brunswick.
Victor Echo 9, Tango Victor, VE9 MTV.
Victor Echo 9 Alpha India, VE9 AI.
Victor Echo 9, November Whiskey.
Okay, I got 4 stations there. I have VE9 VOF, VE9 MTV, VE9 Alpha India, VE9 November Whiskey. Any other stations from New Brunswick that like to check into the net, please come in.
Victor Echo 9, Delta Echo November.
Victor Echo 1, November Alpha Tango. Victor Echo 1, November Alpha Tango.
Victor Echo 9, Papa Angel November, VE9 PIN.
Okay, I got 3 more stations here. I got VE9 DEN, VE1 NAT, and VE9 PIN. Top of the list, VE9 BOF, Bob, and remember, Cook, come on.
VE1 JBL, and the net, VE9 Bravo Oscar Foxtrot. Good evening, Jim, and everybody else that's on frequency tonight. A little damp here in Memram Cook, but we missed part of the net there. We had to go do fix a piece of TV cable there for the wife. She pulled on the connector and the half connector come off, so I had to look in my junk drawer for another one there. We got her rolling there. Anyway, that's all the traffic we have. 73 east, everybody. VE9 Bravo Oscar Foxtrot. We're clear.
VE9 VOF, VE1 JBL. Okay, very good, Bob. Yeah, that happened to me the other day. I have a TV out in the garage here, and I had to move a bunch of stuff around, so I moved the TV. And when I put the TV back in and turned it on, I wasn't getting anything at all. So I looked in the back, and here was the wire coming to the little socket there. So I had to put it back in there, but she's up and running there now. So anyways, thanks, Bob, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening there, 7-3 for now. Let's go into Irishtown. And Mike, VE9, Mike Tango Victor, VE1 JBL. Good evening, Mike.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet Bravo Lima with the Maritime Fusion net, Echo 9 Mike Tango Victor. Good evening, Jim. Good evening to everybody on net. Good evening to Natalie and Bert there in Edmonton, my 2 friends there from the north. And everybody else there, Paul checked in, and everybody else checking in. Bob and Jill and everybody else on the net. Yeah, it's kind of a nice day today. Had a few showers, but nothing that lasted too long. I got some work done this morning and stayed inside most of the day and worked up on my, got all my documentation there for Packet. I got to relearn everything there, Jim. I hadn't been on Packet for 20 years, so, and I got to connect, make some connectors there to connect the radio to the TNC, and I have a little laptop that I'm dedicating for that, so should be running Windows 10 on it, so it's all good and good to go. But I have to make a cable for my radio. And other than that, not too much. Taking it easy and enjoying the nice fall weather there, Jim. And anyway, back to you. Have a good net, and thanks for doing the net. And I think I'm doing it the 3rd of November, I think, yeah, for this year. I don't know if he did put out the schedule for next year or not yet there, Jim, so we'll have a look on the website there, on the Marcy website. So 7-3, have a good net, and good week coming up. VE1 JBL, VE9 MTV.
Yeah, okay, very good, Mike. And no, I haven't done that. I won't get around to that until probably December there. Everything will still fall into place of where everybody was there, so it shouldn't be a problem there. But anyways, we'll get it up there for you there. Thanks for coming in. Have yourself a good night, Mike, and 7-3 for now. Let's go into Fredericton. VE9AI, VE1 JBL. Come on in, Gary.
VE1 JBL, net control, VE9 AI, Gary in Fredericton on the Fredericton repeater. And just got in here. I had to go down to my son's and help get a new fridge in place. His old fridge gave up the compressor in it, making an awful racket. She wasn't pumping out very much cool, I can tell you that. It was just clattering. So anyway, like everything else, it bit the dust. So anyway, got a new fridge in place there, and when I left, it was starting to blow cool air, so it'd take it a while to get up to temperature. Anyway, not much else, I guess, to add. It was a reasonable day out there. Staying cool. It's cool out there tonight when I just come in, but anyway, as long as we don't get any of that white stuff, that's all I care. Anyway, not much else, Jim, so we'll pass it back to you, and have a great net, and good evening to one and all on frequency. VE9 AI, Gary in Fredericton.
Yeah, okay, very good, Gary. Good and everything there. And yes, let's not see into that white stuff for a while. That's for sure. We've had a great fall. I tell you, it's just been wonderful out here. I've been really enjoyed it. So I've got a lot of work done. I've been in cutting wood here for the last 3 weeks in the woods here, and it's just been perfect weather. No bugs, the temperature's just right, and you can work all day there. So, matter of fact, I think I'm pretty well done. I only got 2 dead trees now I got to bring down, but I'm always weary of the dead trees, so I want to rope them up and everything before I cut them down there. So that's the last 2 to come down, and then I'm done for the year there. Anyways, very good. Thanks very much for coming in, and have yourself a great week, Gary. 7-3 for now. Let's go back into Memram Cook. I think, Jules, that's where you're from, is it not? Memram Cook, VE9NW, VE1JBL.
VE9 JBL, Victor 9 Whiskey. Yep, I'm in Memram Cook, yeah. Like Mike, I'm trying to get back in packet. It's been a number of years, so I got a TNC, but I need a radio and a whole bunch of cable and stuff like that, so that's going to be a little while before I get that all those cables together and everything. So I did working outside on the front steps and everything. Beautiful weather, like you said. Yes, it would be nice to cut some wood. Yeah, I got some trees I got to cut down and a whole bunch of stuff. But that's going to have to wait for some other work. So I say 7 years to everybody. Everybody a great week. November Whiskey.
Yeah, okay, very good. Jules, good and everything there. And, yeah, good on the packet. I forgot to tell Mike there, it's been years since I've been on the packet. When we moved out here in 2016, I couldn't hit Carsbro at all anymore. That was the only one I could hit in Amherst. I had no problem when I was in Amherst, but I couldn't hit it at all out here. The only way I could get on the packet was I had to take the relay from VE1 EMX in Amherst and use that as a relay station to get on the packet. But it just was too much of a problem, and it was just hit and miss. So I gave it up altogether there, and I had 2 packet stations, and I gave them down to Lauren down in Carsbro. And I'm sure he used them down there for bits, even if it was just for bits and pieces. But anyways, yeah, so no more packet out here in Tignish. Very good. Thanks, Jules, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening there. Now, let's go up to Dalhousie. I think, Dennis, I haven't spoken to you since, boy, it's been a long time. I did speak to you the other night, I think, on the radio, but the last time we spoke in person was at the flea market in Quispamsis, when St. John still had the flea market, and that was back in 2008 or 2009. So that was the last time I saw you in person. So good to have you on board and good to have you on Fusion, Denise. VE9DEN, VE1JBL, and I think you're still in Dalhousie, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct, Jim. VE9DEN here, Denny here in Dalhousie, Dennis, or whatever. Yeah, that's true. Then I remember that day I won a 2-meter radio, ICOM radio. I won 2 shirts, responses. One is green, the other one is yellow. And, well, I won 3 things here, but, oh yeah, well, that's what it is, 3. 2 shirts and a radio. Yeah. And I bought other little things here and there, you know. Yeah, I remember you. Got in for sure. Then I want to felicitate you. Felicitation in French there. I don't know in English, but anyway. For the work you're doing. You never stopped. You kept going, man. You just kept going. And I just love the way you're doing your stuff on the computer, on the net, and the Fusion thing and the packet system and everything you had before there. Wow. I still got the VE2RIN packet system here at the house. And it's a repeater. And it holds, I don't know, 500 people in the room there. You can leave message in there for other people and that. But we hooked it up, and then we took it out because nobody was using it. So that was many years ago. It might be 10 years ago too. I don't know, maybe more. But the Fusion rig here, thank you to VE1 Papa India November. He pushed me to this, and he sold me this radio, brand new. And Natalie, good evening, Natalie. Joe, VE1, yeah. And Juliet, Charlie, yeah, good call, huh? And everybody else in there, that's for sure. Yeah, that's unbelievable. Yeah, you're 292.5 kilometers away from me. That's what I look on the radio, and that's what it tells me. So there you go. And you sound, everybody sounds just like they're right here with me in the room there. It's unbelievable. I'm at the house here. I'm using this radio, the FTM 300D, but I wire that to the computer, and I got the WireX program, put it all together, and came out good. I got that with the help of VE9 Remy there in Bathurst there.
Yeah, okay, very good, Eddie. Good to have you on board tonight. Good on everything there. And yeah, I remember that was a good day. That was a good flea market we went to there. And yeah, you won all those prizes that day. That was a pretty good day there. So anyway, it's good to have you on board. Welcome to Fusion there. And hopefully we'll hear you more often there for sure. So 7-3, and have yourself a great evening. And you're sounding great, by the way. The 300's working excellent, that's for sure. 7-3, have yourself a great evening. Now let's go see Natalie. VE1 NAT, VE1 JBL, come on in.
Hi everyone on the frequency tonight, especially to Denny and Mike. And nothing else to report. Last week I forgot the English name for leaf, so now I remembered that. So we lost a lot of leaf. So maybe next week or the week after, no more leaves in the trees. So nothing else to report. Have a nice evening, and thank you for the animation of the net.
VE1 NAT, VE1 JBL. Okay, very good, Natalie. Good on everything there, and good on the leaves. Yeah, I assume most of your leaves are gone now because just in the last 2 days, all the maple trees, most of them with all the red leaves, have completely disappeared. The trees are bare here right now. We still have lots of leaves on the poplars and on the birch trees and everything, but most of the maples have pretty well come off. So I assume up your way they've even come off more there. So good on the leaves, and no problem on the English version, because I don't know the French name for leaves. So there you go. Maybe Bert can tell me when he comes up there. So we'll leave it up to Bert. So let's go up to Bert and see him. VE9 PIN, VE1 JBL. Come on in, Bert.
Well, good evening, everyone. +13 here, mostly all day. No rain today, but it was overcast, humid overcast anyway. And leaves would be feuille piece of paper. It's the same thing there as translate. Yeah, Maple Leafs. So Toronto is feuille. Foxtrot Echo Uniform Indio Lima Echo. And if you have a lot of feuille, well, you add on an S to the end. Hi. There we go for tonight's translation. And what else? I was about to mention too to Mark Victor Echo 3 Echo Uniform Victor. There is also in it tonight at 10 o'clock. There is CQ Canada in it, but I guess Fredericton net sticks on CQ Maritime all the time. So yeah, there we go. Wednesday night is a busy net for me because I control the 3 repeaters in the area. So next net for us is at 9 o'clock. It's a French net, Quebec, and then at 10 o'clock it's the Trans-Canada net. So I switch the repeater all around, so I get the boys to ID on, but most of them, they just listen. They're very, very shy up here. I guess it's like that all over the place anyway. Have a pleasant evening, everyone. A good rest of the week. Good weekend coming. And hello again to everybody. I don't name names because I'll probably forget more than a few. Hi.
Yeah, okay, very good, Bert. Good at everything, and thanks for the French lesson there tonight. I got my word in for the evening there, so good stuff, and good at everything else there. And yeah, Steve. By the way, VE10R was over to the cabin here this afternoon, dropped a couple of things off for one of the hams there, and he had a little present for you there also. So you may have to put that in your mailbox or something since you're going to be away on Saturday there. But anyways, maybe you'll catch up with him on after the net is over and have a chat with him there. So very good. Thanks, Bert, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening there. Okay, with that, we've done one round of the Maritimes here. So before I begin the second round, is there anybody from outside the Maritimes? Anybody from outside the Maritimes that would like to check into the Maritime Fusion net? The call sign here is VE1JBL, as in the speakers. And name here is Jim, and located in Tignish, outside of Amherst, Nova Scotia. So any stations from outside the Maritimes that would like to check into the net, come on in.
November 1, Charlie Delta, November, N1 CDN.
K4, KU. Victor Echo 3, India, Quebec, uniform.
Okay, got 3 stations that time. I got N1 CDN, VK4 KU, and VE3IQU. Any other stations from outside the Maritimes that would like to check into the net? This is your time. Come on in.
Yeah, V1JBL on the net, N1 CDN. I think you called me in there. I hope you called me in. Good to hear you and good to be heard. We've got 28 Celsius under partly cloudy skies here as we're waiting for the sun to set. And the leaves don't change color down here. It's the license plates that change color. All the northerners come down and spend the winter down here, so we're seeing a lot of that happening. So not a whole lot to report. Things are going well down south. We're pretty much back to normal as far as COVID goes. We're back to the pre-pandemic conditions. So everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll try to catch up again next week. V1JBL to take it, N1 CDN.
Yeah, okay, very good, Steve. No problem at all there. Good to have you on board there tonight. 28 Celsius. Yeah, well, I'm not. Wait a minute, I do have it on the computer here. It's saying 9. It's saying 9 Celsius here at the time here, Steve. So, but it's been a great fall here. Absolutely perfect. Couldn't be any better here. And the leaves are still on the tree. They're coming off though, but there's still some beautiful areas for sure there. So anyways, good to have you on board there. Thanks very much for coming in. Have yourself a great evening there. Let's go down to Australia to the Sunshine Coast there. VK4KU, VE1JBL. Good morning, Ray. And I suppose you got your coffee. And let me see, you're probably heading out for groceries later. Come on in.
V1JBL, I hope I got it right. Memory's not what it used to be, VK4KU. You know more about my shopping days than I know about. I think, have you got a webcam planted on the garage door? Good to hear you, Jim, and the boys too, and I might even learn a bit of French. Gee, I learned French when I went to school, but that was about 70 years ago when I did that, or whatever it was, and the memory's not that good. Interesting to hear about Packet before. I haven't used Packet for maybe 10 or 15 years either, but I spent money on a new radio the other week. Oh, it was a whole $40 Australian for a handheld, and I bought a audio cable from Mayo Tech in the States, and by plugging that cable into an old Android phone, which has a earphone socket and a GPS, and running APRS Droid, I can use the GPS in the little Bayafeng handheld to the local APRS repeater. And it's running packets, of course. So, yeah, it's just all that with a $40 radio and an old Android phone. And the cable was about $20 US from Bayafeng Tech. But it all works. So I'll get my wife to take it with her, and I can see what's boys when she visits. Thanks, Jim. Good to hear everybody for KU 73.
Yeah, okay, very good, Ray. Good to have you on board there tonight and Thursday morning in Australia there. And yeah, well, I always know that the Thursday morning it's time to go. The wife wants to take you out for groceries, so I always know that that's what's going on there. So enjoy your day getting groceries. 7-3. Talk to you again there. Okay, let's go to Reg, VE3 IQU, VE1JBL. Come on in.
Hi, very good evening to you there, Jim. Everybody else on the net tonight. Friend down there in Australia. And so on and so forth. And boy, some of the stuff has been pretty interesting tonight. Here in Brampton, well, we got up to 20 degrees Celsius today, and right now it's sitting at 16 outside in the backyard. And the leaves are still on the trees here. Haven't really turned color, 20 degree. And some of them are just dying and falling off. So there you go. And, but I would suspect in the next about in the next week or 10 days, we'll see a lot of change in that, and lots of color in the leaves. And then they'll all fall off, and we'll be ready for winter. Hi. Anywho, again, hope everybody's keeping well, staying out of harm's way, and having fun. Thank you there, Jim, V3IQU in Brampton.
VE3IQU, VE1JBL. Okay, very good, Reg. Good to have you on board there tonight there. And yeah, good on the leaves. Yeah, you guys won't change. You're behind us. And like I say, most of the maples now have dropped their leaves here. We still have the birch and the popple and a few other species, but the maples have pretty well dropped their leaves here. So, but it hasn't really been cold yet. We still haven't had any minus temperatures here. They're still giving plus temperatures even overnight for the next 7 days. It's only like +2, but still for this time of year, without any minus temperatures, that's pretty good there for sure. So, anyways, thanks, Reg, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening there, and all the best. Okay, with that, let's start the second round. So let's go to Nova Scotia. We're in the second round now, so any stations from Nova Scotia that would like to check into the Maritime Fusion net, call sign here is VE1JBL. My name is Jim, located in Tignish outside of Amherst. Stations from Nova Scotia, come on in.
VA1BIL.
VA1 Victor Echo 1, Papa Sierra, VE1 PS.
Victor Echo 1, Romeo Mike Juliet.
Okay, I got 4 stations that time from Nova Scotia. I have VA1 BIL, VA1 Victor Charlie, VE1 Papa Sierra, and Victor Echo 1 Romeo Mike Juliet. Any other stations from Nova Scotia? Nova Scotia stations only, over. Nothing heard. We'll go with those 4. Top of the list, VA1 BIL, VE1 JBL. Your parcels have arrived. Bill, go ahead.
VE1 JBL, VA1 BIL. Good evening, Jim, and everybody on the Fusion net. Great net tonight, and lots of action here. And thank you for doing such a great job on that, Jim, and thank you for storing that stuff for me there from Steve there. I much appreciate it there, and hopefully I'll be up in Spring Hill area within the next couple of weeks. That's the plan anyway. So I won't keep you there. Thank you very much again, and 7-3 VA1 BIL.
VA1 VIL in Greenwood, VE1 JBL. Okay, very good, Bill. No problem at all there. The stuff it's not even in the way here. It's out of the way, so no big rush to get it here. But it is here when you're ready. And by the way, we went down to Walsh the other day looking for a new place to get some fish and chips. And we went on the internet and found McMahon's, I think it's called. Down there in Wallace, so we went down and got some fish and chips. Of course, we had to eat outside. They don't, of course, nobody's allowed in the restaurant. You have to eat outside. So we ate outside there, and I was sitting at the picnic table having my lunch, and looked across the water, and there was the lighthouse. So I thought of you as soon as I seen the lighthouse over there, Bill. So it was good to see you there. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good there, Jim. Yeah, I'm going to be setting up there next year. I'm quite excited about it there. I had some health issues there earlier this year, so I couldn't make it. But yeah, great spot for doing the International Lighthouse and Lightship weekend there. So yeah, one of these days maybe have to pop by when I'm up that way. VE1 JBL, VA1 BIL.
Yeah, okay, very good, Bill. Good at everything there, and I guess we'll be in touch there, and we'll see you when you get here for your parcels there. So they're all safe and sound in the garage here, 7-3 for now. Let's go down to Hansport and talk to Don, VA1 Victor Charlie. That's fine. What's the latest on the animals down there, Don? Go ahead.
Well, I'm laughing a little bit because I don't think I can say what I want to say, but good evening, Jim, and everyone on the net. I'm just taking it easy. Usually around the middle of September to the middle of October, and then I stop doing it. But I have a little chore. I go up and I go around looking at the trees, and I'm pulling off some nuts there, and I usually transplant them over to a spot. They have to go through the cold of winter before they sprout next spring, but put them in empty spots. And this year I haven't been able to do that. So somebody's been stealing all my nuts. And I'm guessing it's probably the gray squirrels and the blue jays. And now I got the crows around here, and they don't want to leave. So, but anyway, that's my main reason for going up there that particular time of the year. So
I guess the birds are knowing now that they're going to take the nuts. I don't have too many just yet. The trees are not that old, but I can see how Hansport will change over the years. They'll have a lot more trees with nuts on them, I guess. I think the people in Hansport probably pretty nutty now, but that's all right. They get a little more nuttier, I don't know. They start eating the nuts. But anyway, I did find 2 walnuts, so they didn't take those. Those are pretty big. I don't know if you know it or not, but the crows, they take these big black walnuts that are on the ground once they fall off, and I guess downtown is where they do it most of the time. There's two mature trees down there where I kept collecting black walnuts for the last few years. When the crows want them, they fly up straight over top of the paved street, you know, and I don't know how high they go, but according to Jerry there, then they drop the big black walnut to the pavement, and the force of that cracks it open, and they eat the inside of the nut. But the 2 I had, I guess they left alone. But one new critter I got was out here the other day, and it was a juvenile goshawk, and he was trying to catch some of those rodents on the ground, but I got 4 bloody crows that will not stay out of here, and they keep coming in and scaring all the wildlife away, or the domesticated stuff like the cats and the foxes and all them. When the crows come in, they scare them away, and my hunters, I want them to get busy to clean out the rodents. They do a better job than anything I got, but with those bloody crows hanging around all the time, they won't. They just come in and get ready to catch a mouse or something, and then the bloody crow comes in and chases them away. So I'll be glad when they all hit the boot island and stay there the rest of the winter, and maybe I can get rid of some of these outdoor environments. But anyway, yeah, that's my first goshawk up close, the juvenile one. And anyway, I know somebody will be on the job here, and maybe I'll get a
VE1 Victor Charlie, VE1 JBL. Okay, very good, Don. I think you timed out the timer there, but we got everything that you were saying there, and good on the hawks. Yeah, we had a red-tailed hawk here this summer in the property here. First time I've seen one on the property here for quite a while there. So, anyways, yeah, it's good to see them all, and the change of animals as the season changes too. So, very good. Thanks, Don, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. Let's go down and see Peter, VE1 PS, VE1 JBL. Good evening, Peter.
V1 JBL, V1 PS in the group. Good evening, everybody. Just been listening here for a little bit since we had a late dinner, and good to hear everybody on this evening. I noticed this afternoon in a Twitter feed from the shipbuilder that the HMCS Max Bernays, or I guess right now it's probably just called the Max Bernays, but it's going to be rolled onto the barge and then taken out into the harbor, or probably the basin, and floated/launched this Saturday. So if anybody's around and want to take a look at that, I think you'll see that going on in the harbor from what I can tell. And they've got some really interesting video here on their Twitter site of the components of ship number 4, the William Hall, and it's well under construction as well. So they're getting ready to build in these Arctic offshore patrol vessels, and they're really interesting. Anyway, nothing further to report. Back to you, Jim. VE1 JBL in the group, V1 PS.
Yeah, okay, very good, Peter. Yeah, if I was down in that area, I would definitely be down to see the launch there for sure. And yeah, it's good to see those Arctic patrol ships getting out there. So good to see there for sure. So, okay, very good, Peter. Thanks very much for coming in there. Have yourself a good week there. Let's go into Oxford and see Rob at VE1 RMJ, VE1 JBL, and how's the live feed going, Rob? Over.
VE1 JBL, VE1 RMJ. Good evening to you, Jim, and good evening to all those on frequency. Live stream's going okay. Now the start of it, I wasn't home, and I remoted in to start the live stream, and I got a little delayed before I switched it over, but so the first 10 minutes I think are covered up. But anyway, things are going good. Besides that, not too much to report here. I'll keep it short. It sounds like a great net there, Jim. So everybody have a great evening and great rest of the week. 7-3, V1JBL, VE1RMJ.
Okay, very good, Rob. Good on everything there. Yeah, I know you're always got a late supper there, and of course trying to get this on the go there. So appreciate what you do there for sure. So 7-3, have yourself a great evening there. We'll be chatting with you. Okay, so that was the second round in Nova Scotia. So let's go to the second round over in PEI. Anybody left on Prince Edward Island that would like to check into the Maritime Fusion at stations from PEI? Come on in. Okay, nothing here from PEI. Let's go up to New Brunswick. Second round from New Brunswick. This is VE1JBL. Name is Jim, located in Tignish, outside of Amherst. Stations from New Brunswick. This is your turn. Come on in.
VE9, Victor Echo Alpha.
Victor Echo 9, Mike Tango Victor, recheck. V9 MTV, recheck.
Victor Echo 9, Juliet Charlie Tango, V9 JCT.
Okay, I got three stations that time. We got VE9 VEA, VE9 MTV recheck, and VE9 Juliet Charlie Tango. Any other stations from New Brunswick? Any stations from New Brunswick to like check into the net? Come on in.
Victor Echo 9, Oscar Sierra Kilo.
Okay, Oscar, we got you at the end there. So let's go to Mike first. VE9 MTV with a recheck. Go ahead, Mike.
VE1 JBL, VE9 MTV. I have a message for Denis, VE9 Delta Echo November. I noticed on the wires off that his location, longitude, latitude is wrong. He was several thousand kilometers away, and he's got 48 degrees north, 03 minutes and 18 seconds north. And the longitude is west 166 degrees, 22 minutes, 15 seconds. So he, either on his radio or on his wires X software, the location is wrong there, Jim. I just wanted to tell him that, because it gives him quite far away. So back to you, VE1 JBL, VE9 MTV.
Yeah, okay, very good, Mike. Denny, VE9 DEN, VE1 JBL. Did you copy that message?
Yeah, sure did. Thank you. I will look into it. I just picked up whatever the read. So I'll recheck there just to make sure I got it right. Thanks again, VE9 DEN.
Yeah, okay, very good, Denny. Yeah, just check on Google, and I think I just went to Google to find out where my north and west and latitude and longitude was, and popped it in there. So, anyways, I'm sure you'll figure it out there for sure. There, very good, and thanks, Mike, for the recheck and for the info for Denny there. 7-3 for now. Okay, top of the list, Vern, and I missed you the first time around, Vern. I don't know if you tried to get in or if you're just late getting in. VE9 VEA, VE1 JBL, and Trackety, oh boy, Trackety something. Come on in, Vern.
On JBL, net control. Good evening, Jim. Nice to hear your melodious tones coming over the radio here tonight, and doing a great job on the net as usual. Jim, I have been trying for over 15 minutes to get in. Something wasn't working right here with this radio. Every time something acts up with the system, either the radio or the computer stuff there, it's always on a Wednesday night. I know what's going on the radio. I was sure it was in VFO, And it's just one of them weird things this handheld takes a weird streak at on Wednesday nights. Anyhow, Jim, I hope you're getting me good and clear now, and everything is coming through clear. We finally was glad to hear you coming back to me. Outside of that, we're just coming in to wish all fine, outstanding, upstanding hams on frequency a great evening. And we're going to wish them also a great evening, what's left of it for sure, and a better wake up tomorrow. So we'll say 7-3s to all, 88s to the ladies, a special good evening to the scanner, and the shortwave listeners. We'll turn it back to you. VE1JBL, net control from VE9 Victor Echo Alpha. And I'm actually located in Saumarez, SAUMAREZ, about 2 kilometers from downtown Trackety, to the west of it. So there you go, Jim. There's another new word for you there. Outside of that, 7-3s, everybody. 7-3s, Jim. Thanks for doing the net and calling us in and putting up with our foolishness one more time. Bye-bye.
VE9, VEA, VE1JBL. Okay, very good, Vern. Good to have you on board. Yeah, I don't know what the problem was there, but we got you in there, so no problem at all. And yeah, thanks on the word there. I assume that's French, probably Acadian. Saumarez, okay? We'll say that. Maybe I just better stick to Trackety. But anyways, thanks for coming in. Have yourself a great evening there. We'll be chatting with you for sure. 7-3 for now. Let's go see Jean-Claude in Shediac. I think Jean-Claude's at VE1JCT, VE1JBL. Come on.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. And Jim, and yeah, very good evening to all. Geez, you're doing, you must be doing some overtime. I'm not sure, but I missed the first part of the net. And hi, special hello to Denis there in Dalhousie. Yeah, your radio is working good, Denis. Same as mine. Hi. Salutations, Denis. And Vern before me, yeah, in Saumarez. Yeah, Saumarez, Shiloh, that's all part of Trackety now. The big town of Trackety. There was some amalgamation like Newcastle and Chatham ended up with Miramichi. They changed the name altogether. But anyway, besides that, not much going on, Jim. Nice day overall today again, and can't complain at all. And it's so nice out there. We went for a walk this afternoon, went biking this morning, and the colors, and oh my gosh, it's right nice right now. Anyway, 7-3 to all. Thanks for doing the net. I'll turn it back to you. Victor Echo 9, Juliet Charlie Tango, and yes, I'm in Shediac, New Brunswick. Back to net control.
VE9JCT, VE1JBL. Okay, very good, Jean-Claude. Good to have you on board there tonight there, and good on everything. And good on the bike and everything today. Yeah, I never got a chance to get out biking today, but anyways, it is beautiful just to see all the leaves and everything. It is nice, so good on that. Thanks for coming in. Have yourself a great week there. Now let's go into I think if I'm not mistaken, Oscar, VE9OSK, VE1JBL. Come on in.
VE1JBL, V9 Oscar Sierra Kilo. Good evening, Jim, and everybody on the net tonight. We kind of missed out the first round there in New Brunswick. It was too late to call in. I was working on our repeater there, and it didn't. It just came on and off there. It's not working properly yet there. I'm on 146.175 right now, which is, I don't know exactly, BFD, whatever that is. And we're doing fine beside that in the app. We're getting ready to go and pack it also here. We got everything hooked up there. Just gotta remember the lingo, and maybe we'll talk to the boys, see how we can jump into that facilities there, the packet there. We used to do that about 20 years ago there, and we're going to start doing that again there. Thanks for doing that. Thanks for calling me in. 7312 from Dieppe. Victor Echo 9, Oscar Sierra Kilo.
VE9OSK, VE1JBL. Okay, very good, Oscar. Good on everything, and good on coming through Brad's repeater. Yeah, that's Brad Ross's repeater, VE1VFB down in Southampton there. So that's the repeater there you're using there tonight there. So has a good signal strength. Lots of stations coming through there tonight. So I know Brad's listening in the background, so he must be smiling. It's getting used, that's for sure. So very good, Oscar. Thanks very much for taking part in that tonight. And have yourself a great evening. Okay, we've completed 2 rounds of the Maritime, so what we're going to do now, we're just going to open it up for anybody, anywheres, and as Mike would say, even in outer space. So maybe from the space shuttle, or not the shuttle, but the space station. But anybody from anywheres that would like to check into the Maritime Fusion, that call sign here is VE1JBL. My name is Jim. Any stations from anywheres, come on into the net.
Victor Echo 1, Alpha Sierra.
Victor Echo 3, Echo Zulu.
Okay, I got 2 stations that time. I got VE1AS and I got VE3EZ. Any stations from anywheres, any other stations from anywheres that would like to check into the Maritime Fusion net before we close? This is VE1JBL. Any stations from anywheres?
Victor Alpha 1, Mike Tango VA1 MRT.
Victor Echo 9, Victor India Charlie.
Okay, I doubled with the last station there. The last station is just called, I think it was Victor Echo Charlie. I doubled with you there. So come on in and give your call sign again.
Victor Echo 9, Victor India Charlie.
Roger, we got you, Victor Echo 9, Victor India Charlie. We have you. Okay, let's go to the top of the list there. Terry, VA1AS down in Pugwash. Come on in.
Victor Echo 1, JBL. Good evening, Jim. I'm just wondering what the count is before you call it quits for the night. I was a little late. I was out by time. Wasn't paying attention, according to Sue. It was a little cool here this morning in Pugwash. The sun tried to come out sometimes, but we had a gray streaks through it. And to say good evening to everyone that's listening to the net. Fusion Net has really picked up pace over time. With that, Jim, thanks for being the net control tonight, and 7-3s.
Yeah, okay, very good, Terry. Good to have you on board there tonight there, and thanks for Sue for slapping upside the head there so you remember that the net was on there. You were number 40. You're number 40 on the list there tonight there, Terry, so yes, we're having a good net there. So very good. Thanks very much for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. Let's go up and see Roger. VE3 easy. VE1 VE3EZ. VE1JBL up in Thornhill. Come on in, Roger. VE3EZ, VE3 Echo Zulu, VE1 JBL. You there, Roger? Not hearing him. I'll call him in at the end there. Matt, down in Cape Breton, VA1 MRT, VE1 JBL. Come on.
V1 JBL, VA1 MRT. Good evening, Jim, and good evening to everyone else here on the net. Just kind of got in around the end of it there, so but it sounds like you had a pretty good net on the go. If you got 40 check-ins so far, so seems to be picking up a little more. Not too much on the go here. Been pretty busy, getting a lot of outside work done and running around with the kids, and it's been pretty steady. But I just started vacation here, so I'm sure I'll have a list a mile long for things I got to get done. A little my young fella's birthday party on the weekend, so there's lots of prep and stuff on the go for that. Kind of go all out, but he'll enjoy it. So that's the main thing. Other than that, Jim, we'll say 73, and thanks for doing the net, and thanks for checking me in, and hope everybody has a good week. Victor Alpha 1, Mike Romeo Tango.
VA1 MRT, VE1 JBL. Okay, very good, Matt. Good on everything there, and good on the young fella's birthday coming up there. So spoil him, that's for sure, and I'm sure you will. So anyways, thanks, Matt, for coming in, and have yourself a great evening there. Let's go up and see Reno, VE9 BIC, VE1 JBL. Come on in.
Good evening. I know traffic here. I'm getting ready to mail all the QSL cards from the VE9 and DY2 Bureau. So if anybody expecting QSL, they can get in touch with me with my email. It's on my QRGL page there. Get all the information. So that's about it. Back to you, VE9, Victor India Charlie.
VE9, VIC, VE1 JBL. Okay, very good, Reno. Good on everything there. And yeah, you're looking after the VE9, the incoming bureau now. So good stuff. Reno? Do you also do the VY2s? Also, I know one time it used to be VE9, VY2. Are you doing the island?
Yes, I do, Jim. I don't know, maybe in the future they're going to have a bureau on the island. Would be nice for them, but until then I do that.
Okay, Roger. Yeah, very good, Reno. Okay, no problem at all there, and thanks for what you do there. I know that can be quite a chore there at times there to get those QSL cards in and out there. So congratulations on doing that, and thanks for the volunteer works. So that's it. Thank you very much, and have yourself a great evening. Okay, it is, boy, we're past the hour, bottom of the hour here. So let's make this the last call. This will be the last call for the Maritime Fusion Net. Last call for the Maritime Fusion Net. Any stations from anywheres. Last call. Come on in.
Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot, Oscar X-Ray.
Okay, Curtis, I have you, VE1FOX. Any other stations? This is the last call. Last call for the Maritime Fusion Net. Anybody from anywheres. Last call.
Victor Echo 1, November Echo Lima.
Okay, Brett, I got you in there, VE1NEL. Last call. Any other stations? Last call for the Maritime Fusion Net. Last call.
Victor Echo 1, November Echo Lima.
Okay, I got two stations here. I got VE1FOX and VE1NEL. The last call for the Maritime Fusion. Anybody else? Okay, that's the last two for the evening. Curtis, very good evening. Late getting into the net. I don't know if you've been trying or what, but good to have you on board there. VE1FOX from VE1JBL.
Hello, VE1JBL. With the Maritime Fusion at V1 Foxtrot Oscar X-Ray. Here in the 3 Mile Plain area, Hants County, on the AH repeater there. Good evening to you, Jim. Good evening to the gentleman coming up behind me there, NEL. Yes, I'm late. I bought myself a Celtron NetStar 6 SE telescope. And now, Jim, I've been up there playing with that. My soul boy, look, I'll tell you. Wonder why I couldn't see out through it. It's so steamed up and fogged up on the end there. I got a rope with it, or a belt, whatever you want to call it, that goes around it. It keeps it warm, I guess, so that it's not supposed to do that. And I didn't put it on. I didn't think I'd be out there that long, but the moon looked so bright. And my gosh, that's where I've been. I've been out as soon as it got dark. I've been outside with that, playing around with it. There's something new for me, a new toy. So next door neighbors was burning something down there. It smells like tar paper and everything else. And I was looking at the moon there and thought I could see the moon. I did out of the spotter, but not out of the lens itself, the camera, or the telescope itself. And the smoke covered the moon up so bad I couldn't even see it. But I started smelling and I said, well, that moon must be on fire. Anyway, Jim, that's the reason I'm late. I'm sorry about that. I apologize not getting here earlier, but I wanted to know that telescope before I said anything else with it. So I'm not going to hold you up. I know it's late. I know you're on the end of her there, so we're going to let her go tonight there. I missed the whole 9 yards of it, so my old foolishness, but I found a new toy. You know when you get a new toy, you hate to put it up. Aye. Take care, Jim. It's been nice at least let me in there this late at night, but there you go. We made her. Take care, my friend. Have a great evening, and we'll get back to you, Jim. VE1 JBL with the Maritime Fusion at the VE1 Foxtrot Oscar X-Ray. Curtis here in 3 Mile Plains. Back to you, Jim. Have a great evening.
VE1FOX, VE1JBL. Okay, very good, Curtis. Good at everything there. And yeah, I thought you were going to say that you forgot to take the cover off of the telescope. I did that once. I was out and I was looking and looking and I was looking for a star. I wasn't looking for the moon. I was looking for a star, and I was looking and looking and I couldn't find a star or anything. And I finally was ready to give up on it and throw the thing away. And I looked at it and hadn't even taken the cover off of the top of the telescope. So no wonder I couldn't see nothing. So maybe I thought that was your problem, but anyways. Okay, good. Have fun with the telescope, Curtis, and maybe you can see somebody on the moon waving back at you. Then you'll really have something to talk about. Have yourself a great evening, 7-3 for now. Okay, Brett, you're going to close up the net here. VE1NEL, VE1JBL. Come on in.
Hello. Yes, there, VE1FOX. And anybody else that's listening, thanks for calling me in there. Coming in on the VE1AEH repeater tonight from Truro. It was a nice day here today, and I'm glad to catch the end of the net. I had to slip away and get the kids to bed. Me and the young fellow listened to most of the net down here today, so happy I could get in. Anyway, it was a good day here in Truro, and just downstairs cleaning up and listening to what's going on the radio. Anyway, I'll let you close the net down, and thanks a lot for calling me in, and thanks for doing the net. VE1 JBL from VE1 NEL.
Yeah, okay, very good, Brent. Good to have you on board there tonight, Brent, and thanks very much for coming in there. VE1XK was on the air for a while there, but I see he closed down there about 11 minutes ago there. So, but anyways, we get you loud and clear coming through AEH there. Have yourself a great evening, 7-3 for now. Now, I think I heard Rob in there, if I'm not mistaken. VE1RCC Mobile for the Strangler. VE1JBL. Come on in if you're there, Rob.
V1JBL, doing RCC Mobile. You heard? I'm barreling down the road here, heading back home, actually. Gonna be watching some Survivor and all that good stuff there, and leaving the girlfriends there, and jumped in the van here, and like, there's the net, so figured on jumping in there before you guys close it and all that good stuff. So anyway, thanks for letting me in and all that good stuff. Talking about astronomy there, or telescopes there. I was just listening to something called Astronomy Cast, and I guess it doesn't take much to do some contribute to science and all that good stuff there. Just wondering how big the telescopes you guys use and all that good stuff, and so on and so forth. Anyway, I'll bow. Thanks for letting me in. Everyone have a good one there. Do an RCC Mobile.
VE1RCC Mobile, VE1JBL. Okay, very good, Rob. Good on everything there, and yeah, you're mobile, but you're solid in the repeater there. Absolutely no problem there. 7-3. So very good. Thank you very much, 7-3. Have yourself a great evening there, and maybe somebody after the net here can talk to you about the telescopes there. So 7-3 for now. Okay, with that, everybody, we're going to close the net here. We've been on for an hour and 42 minutes here, so good net tonight here. We ended up with 46 check-ins here tonight. So I want to thank all the amateurs for checking in tonight. And, of course, I think now with the idea that it's getting colder and it's getting dark so early now that everybody's getting back in the house here and maybe back on the radio, so maybe the contacts will come up here for the winter and for the fall. Anyways, we also want to thank the owners of the repeaters and the nodes who linked in tonight for helping us expand the area for local hams to check in. A recap of the net will be sent out to all members via email. For more information about the Maritime Fusion net, go to the Moncton Area ARC website at www.maarc.ca. That's whiskey dot Mike Alpha Alpha Romeo Charlie dot Charlie Alpha. And click on Club Activities and then on Nets. Now that the net has concluded, the CQ Maritime room is now open for general use. This is Victor Echo 1 Juliet Bravo Lima, JVE1 JBL, Jim and Tignish signing off. Good night, all.